What's in my pockets? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Everything by Everything podcast, where we talk about everything.
And everything. Any and everything.
I'm your host, Chauncey Eugene Sips Jr.
Sorry.
Proceed.
Oh, and his co-host, Lamar Dyer.
How are you today, sir?
I'm good, man. It's just been having to do that thing with our class where we had to do the storytelling. We kind of did a little, you'll see the thing, but little sneak peek. We're kind of doing like this Harry Potter mixed with like leveled up kind of gaming style. So it's going to be interesting.
Who's editing that?
Darcy. Yeah.
Good luck.
It's going to be interesting. I think.
Sounds like it requires a lot of effects that are special.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see if she can pull that off. So I have faith.
To the comedic route, which is a lot easier to edit. Not so much easier to edit, but it does require effects that are special.
Yeah. Oh, but there is some like comedic stuff. I mean, I was the one who wrote it, so at least most of the dialogue.
You can guarantee there'll be lots of grape juice and watermelon 40s Friday references.
You just had to go there, didn't you? Just
marijuana.
You just couldn't leave that one alone, could
no
you?
fathers whatsoever. Not one insight within a 100-mile radius.
You are such a jerk, you know that?
Or at least the closest gas station where they went to go pick up pack of cigarettes.
You're just batting 1,000, aren't you? You just go ahead, keep going with the stereotypes. Let's see how far you can go.
Someone got an A in the report card. No, someone didn't get an A in the report card, so there were samurai swords involved.
You funny. What about you, man? How's your week been going so far? I know you've been sick, so how you feeling better?
Yeah, I don't know how I got sick. I really don't. But it sucks. I don't like it because I'm not. It usually takes a lot for me to get sick, especially if I'm working out. Then I usually don't get sick. Usually my, immune system in more or less tip-top shape. But for some reason, got sick, couldn't get over it. I still got the sniffles. I don't know. I think maybe it's the weather change.
Weather change in Florida? I mean,
yeah, no, just because even something as slight as it just like, because anything below 80 is a weather change here.
I always thought it was 60, but I mean you're a native Floridian, so
I'm not a native Floridian.
Really? I always thought
I was born in Colorado.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was born in Colorado.
Okay, wow. I thought I pegged you as native Floridian.
At this point in time, I much prefer it to be cold. I don't like heat with moisture. That is
humidity. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I mean, in California, at least it was dry, so it wasn't when it was hot. It wasn't hot. Like you could still wear jeans.
Right. That's it.
Here, you're just fucked.
In more ways than one. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I don't want to stay here, but of course, it's gonna cost some money to move.
Roger.
So I'm not stupid either.
Yeah, roger that. So ideal place, you go back to Colorado in a heartbeat?
More than likely.
Like Colorado Springs or
no?
I mean, that's the only Colorado only
Aurora,
city,
like Aurora, Denver. Those probably not Denver. It seems like that'd be more expensive. But definitely in that area, for sure. On the outskirts, treat it like L.A. You live on the outside, and you commute to work type thing.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
It is I don't even know how you call would it be Chloradians? Does that make any sense? Or Chloradites? Or how do you say people?
So instead of Floridians, you're talking about
yeah.
I don't remember. I don't remember what.
But I mean, I'm just saying, as far as drivers are concerned.
People in the Rado? Oh, I never drove there, so I couldn't tell you.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, I did go there to visit one time. I didn't have any issues, but I was driving up to Estes Park, so I mean, I drove through the city for maybe 45 minutes of that until we got off into like the, I don't know. So,
Okay.
not like nothing worth mentioning. Unlike
Okay.
here, on a daily basis,
True.
people are extravagant drivers here. If you did not know, they are top notch, grade A drivers. All right, no problems whatsoever. I've never even heard of a car accident. What is that? What I don't know. I don't know what that is. Huh?
Like you said, grade A drivers.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like,
extreme, like professional. I would say like the best place to be if you're looking for a tremendous driving experience. I don't know what I'm being dead. I'm being like, this is the realest I've been since we started this podcast. This is some real to life
yes,
thoughts and feelings.
but knowing, I mean, these are your.
I have no
feelings.
idea what you. Yes. I've never said that there are terrible drivers here ever. Tremendous drivers. The best.
Yeah, if
best.
sarcasm was, yeah,
I don't know.
and
I
you're-
don't know what sarcasm is. I don't know where you're getting this terminology from. What I'm saying right now is how I feel.
Is it the drugs? Whatever prescription you are for you to come up with this hyperbole of these statements.
No idea what you're referring to, sir.
The fact that you said there's tremendous driver,
Tremendous, the best, grade A.
that right there is a
I could
hyperbole.
give
That is a
somebody over
hyperbole.
100%, I would.
That is a hyperbole, and you know it as well as I do.
I am
so I
well
don't even know
aware
what.
of the slander in which comes out of your mouth about these perfect drivers, because it's pure slander.
Pure slander.
Pure.
Pure slander.
As pure as the cocaine that is up Tony Montana's nose.
Okay, all right. All right, we'll agree to disagree on
You
this
know,
note.
sir, who else is an outstanding, just perfect gentleman?
I'm afraid where you're going to
R.
go with
Kelly,
this.
man. You know,
Oh,
just
okay.
way-
Houseway.
I mean, did you not hear? He not only was helping the youth, he was doing a service to young women all over the world.
More like getting serviced, but I mean, keep going. Let's see how far.
You say tomato, I say tomato, whatever.
There's a documentary that would say otherwise, but
I watched the same. I saw nothing wrong with that. I saw nothing wrong with that.
oh my
Do you know
God, we're
how
gonna
many
lose.
women got put through college because of this man?
Are you?
Are you saying? Are you really saying that
Okay,
these
I'm
women
laughing
were
at
not
this.
simply entrepreneurs?
Houseway at
Simply entrepreneur. They got to meet a god. They got to feel the love and perspiration on their faces. Did you
and urination. I mean, not trying to throw shade, but I'm just saying.
Hey. You say lemonade, I say shower of gold.
I can't do this. Okay, all right.
This saint, this
Whatever. All I know is if it was my child, first of all, let me just I'm going to say this. As far as whoever the parents of these children were, those were some spectacular parents, because ain't no way in 7 Hello Kitties I would ever.
7 Hello Kitty?
Yes, 7 Hello Kitties.
Not 8?
7.
7. All right.
Yes. That I would allow my child to go to a grown man's house if I know that he's doing this crap to kids. Ain't no way. First of all, I don't understand why he's not in some registry somewhere.
Isn't there like a statute of limitation?
That I don't know. I would have to research.
I think it's a 10-year gap. I want to say it's 10 years.
Well, I would have to. We might have to do that next podcast. Actually, look that up and confirm if there is a statute.
If only Siri was any good, I would ask Siri. I wish I had my Google Home, because I used to have one, but I got rid of it just because. I had it so I could turn the lights on and off in different rooms, but that was a bigger place. This is a smaller place. The light switches are within reach.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
But yeah, I would ask Google that question.
Okay, I might have to do that after.
Yeah. But
we'll look at that. We'll table that.
I don't know what the. I know of the term. I just don't know the exact definition. You know?
I think the exact definition is it's only.
No. I mean, like, I know it's a certain period of time. I just don't know So I know that it's like, after a certain period of time, you can't convict someone of something.
Right.
It's like, okay, you really gonna cry? It's been 10 years. Shut the fuck up. I'm not playing. That should definitely go. Like, there should be a statute of limitation on tweets for sure.
Right.
Because we're catching people like, 10 years ago you said this. Yeah, 10 years ago.
I've said a lot of shit in 10 years. Like, because I didn't even know, like, even now.
Let's be realistic here. No one. And that's why I have a serious issue with allowing children of a certain age try to tell you they're not who they are. Yeah, I thought I was a Power Ranger when I was 6 years old. I also thought that, let's think. I also thought babies came from fucking birds. I also thought there was a fat man that came down a chimney.
Or a bunny that laid eggs. You're right.
You really want me to make a decision that will affect me for the rest of my life at that age?
No. That's where it becomes poor ass parents compared to parents back in the day compared to parents now. But that's enough.
If I still think this way when I'm 18, cool. But come on, let's really think about this. Really think about this. About 10 years old, I really thought I was Spider-Man. Legit. Really thought this.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure some people will, share similar ambitions.
Yeah, I always thought
unrealistic ambitions.
Yeah, I always thought I wanted to have superpowers.
Hey man, I'm pretty sure there's some people that threw themselves off of off of a roof. They could fly. But right then and there, we want these same people to make a decision that will affect them for the rest of their life. Genius. Pure geniuses.
Your sarcasm is over 9,000 right now as far as savagery.
That brings us right back. That brings us right back to this genius, this saint, this chocolate hero.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. All of those things. Okay, go ahead.
Now, I have not. You watched the documentary?
I've watched a little bit more than I wanted to.
Okay. Now, I only know of rumblings. I have not watched said documentary. Just my reaction was like, I was like this, like. Well, no shit. I'm not in the industry, but we all knew. Let's stop pretending like, and I know, obviously, a lot of people knew. That part I've heard. Because obviously, in the
mainstream of things.
In the in the by the the water cooler at the rich ass motherfuckers meetings. I know that this must have been brought up to a number of individuals who've said nothing, which I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna interject. Which there is wrong as a person who committed it. That's why I always say, that's where in this case, I'm going to say it, this evil individual who's, by all means, can't take away his talent for, his musical talent, yeah.
Yeah, can't take away his musical talent whatsoever. I believe I can fly even though it has multiple meanings, okay? The fact of the matter is, he was wrong. And honestly, and this was said in the documentary, because I had to take that. If it was, I hate to say it, women that weren't African American, he'd be under the jail by now. And here's the reason why. Because probably the parents would have probably guilted the kids. It was like, look, you need to do this,
I don't know. I'm pretty sure there are plenty of white parents that would do the same thing for a certain amount of money.
Oh, so you're saying everybody has a price? Is
Yeah.
what you're? Okay, now I'm gonna say this, and
This is America.
Oh, I'm gonna say this. Everybody has a price to a certain extent, and it doesn't have to be money. I grant you that. But where is the morality in it? Like, first of all, I bet you if it was one of your children, you would be up in arms, ready to shoot a motherfucker. Let's call a spade a spade. Because if it was me, and I found out it was my child, yeah,
I completely understand what you're saying, and obviously, we are more or less on the same moral grounds, but I cannot place myself in the shoes of someone who is struggling to figure out where they're going to get their next meal, or is, I don't know. I can't come up with an example where could put myself where I would agree with their decision, but I can also say that it's not there. Not saying I would ever agree with it, but it's like, okay, if you were put in this situation, what would you do? Type of deal. Now, obviously, where we're standing, we're like, and we're not even fathers, but naturally, we would be like, no, I'm going to kill you. But
well, I'm gonna talk from because I was a parent before, and I hate to say it like that, but
I
was a step parent. I dated women with children. So
that doesn't make you a stepdad.
Well, I mean, okay, now this is gonna be another conversation for another time because I don't want to go off on a tangent. But I feel that if you date a woman with children, it's almost kind of like inherent. Like,
you know what you're getting yourself into. I can understand that. Okay.
We'll
continue on with your yeah.
Okay.
That's a whole nother bag of words.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Proceed.
Either way, me being from coming from that way of thinking, yes, I would not. First of all, and it goes to my kid ain't going nowhere if I don't know that person. Okay, simple as that. Okay.
And we are talking, of course, a child, not a 16-year-old.
Right.
Yeah.
And of course, can parents be there all the time? No, you're right. I couldn't. If a child, now it'd be one thing if the child snuck off and did that and ended up in a situation,
and the parents had no idea, then nothing.
Then fine.
Yeah.
But even if that did happen, the parents would retaliate and still, come from the place of.
No, I get what you're saying. I understand that this is not normal. No, it's not. It's not. But unfortunately, and some of them were trying to, get into the business. And some people are under that assessment, like that's what you got to do in order to do it. And there's a lot of people who've done it and are successful because of it. I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying that, and 100% it is wrong. That's 100%. That shouldn't be the route that you should have to take in order to reach that.
Well, I understand
goal.
Never.
But I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand like how it got this far, and no one said anything. But it just goes to show you that this isn't a racial thing. This isn't this isn't a guy thing. This isn't a girl. This is an everybody thing. Because as you can see from all these people coming out with stuff, it's not just white people.
No, first of all, because even from what I did see, okay, now now you gotta make me go back and actually watch this thing because I don't think there was any.
No. I don't.
Because I was about to say.
I'm talking about like from the stance of the person who's being accused.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Harvey Weinsteins and the freaking Kevin Spaceys and all that shit. It's not just a creepy white dude thing. This goes across even dudes who could get any girl they wanted, because I'm pretty sure we've shown R. Kelly could pick up any chick he wanted.
Oh yeah,
and it wouldn't be hard.
Hold on, what do we used to say from that? How to Catch a Cheater? Give me that.
Oh yeah. It would not be hard. He can go over and just take it. Like, hi, come with me. All right. That would be the conversation.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So.
Bye, dude. No, I'm going with him.
Yeah, I don't understand it. But as you can see, it's not just a creepy old dude thing. It's dudes who can get whatever they want. They're apparently doing it too. Why? Don't know.
Don't understand.
I don't understand it. I don't really care. Just because you shouldn't have that thought process to begin with. Obviously, stuff like obviously we know why. There's stuff in his upbringing that have affected him throughout his life, which at that point you have to also go back to his parents and whomever was around him, because somebody knew. And it's just, and this all goes full circle, is that if someone were to said something then, if someone were to said something when it began, if someone would have said something at any point in time, there's a lot of this that could have been avoided.
That is true. I agree with that, and it's like, and I agree with the statement. It should have been, taken care of a long time ago. That is true. And
one more thing, this should also be like, I completely lost my point. Damn. Because you started talking and fucked me up. But
sorry, my bad.
Go ahead. It might come back to me. Go ahead.
No, because it goes back to parents. And I hate to say it. And let's be real, parents aren't parents. Like, and when I say parents aren't parents, I'm not talking about the ones that are actually there, the ones who are actually doing something. And don't get me wrong, parents work, and no parent should have to apologize for them having to work or
no. And there's a big difference between you did everything you could and they're still a hooker. or he's still a drug addict, or he's. You know what's funny? It's funny how in my head, as I was thinking about it, and it's a flawed thought process, but it's funny how if a dude was a hooker, it's not 100% a failure.
Hold on. It's something that you really don't hear about. Like, is there truly a?
No. I just think that okay. Not to say that it's easy, and I have nothing against sex workers. Do you?
Hey, it's one of the oldest industries in the world. Okay, let's call spade a spade. Okay.
Selling vagina is tried and true, and can be done. We've seen this.
Yes.
I ain't never seen no dick transaction.
I can't hold it.
That's why Deuce Bigalow was a comedy. That's why it was a comedy.
And made money.
Because you
ain't
never seen no dick transaction. Not too many, at least. Apparently, because I was watching this documentary yesterday. It was on
Lifetime?
No. It was on Netflix. But the documentary was like this older woman is going through like, sex culture in different countries. And the first place was Japan, and how like sexually deprived the country as a whole is, and how fertility rates are down. Like, women are not getting pregnant. The population thus is also going down because people just are not having sex. So there are there are male escorts there just because women are uncomfortable around their own spouses on communicating or even being sexual with them because there are a lot of them are in sexless relationships. So that was interesting, and that doesn't count in this discussion. That is the anomaly. That is Japan. I'm just saying, in the United States, you get dick free. You can get it. You can get it. Somebody. So that's why I say that's but moving on. Moving on. Nothing against porn stars, sex workers. You do what you got to do.
Make your money.
It is a business venture. It is a difficult business venture. I'm not saying sex is easy at all, but I'm also saying that the stock for dick is down as well.
It's on the down
women,
low.
women aren't running in the streets and flailing their money to get just a dick. Because guys will flail their money just to get pussy. There's no in-betweens there. There's no...
statute of limitations.
Should be's. Nah, it's just... So, anyway.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah.
I understand.
But, completely... and utterly lost my point in that.
Yeah.
But I will say, I think, hold on. But, I don't know. It really just goes to show that there's a limit in which you should mind your own motherfucking business. Because I'm a true believer in minding your own motherfucking business. But there are some things you should mind your own motherfucking business.
Well, I mean, mind your own business in the sense that if it's not endangering, because I mean, let's be real.
Yeah, I
let's be real. I mean, you're taking a kid's innocence. I'm sorry, you should be castrated. Not in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think if it has to do with if it's minors, if it's murder, or animal cruelty, you might have a case on why you should snitch. I ain't saying you gotta snitch with someone who got robbed. That's up to your discrepancy.
Hey, look, if you could, look,
you know what, man? I'm not even gonna get into that because there are definitely some things that like I might not like. I'm like, God damn it, should I say some fuck? But like with kids though, or murder, some shit like that, I don't want that around. You not? No. Yeah, he did it. He definitely killed him. Yeah. Take him to jail. I will make sure he goes to jail because I don't want him to fucking catch my ass
or my family members or anything of that sort.
Damn.
I might have to end my damn self.
But it's like what like the celebrity power behind that. Like, come on, man.
It almost goes back to a point that you made like several podcasts ago. You know, people have a price, or even we just said it earlier. Like, people have prices, and it might not just be money. It might just be peace of mind, or
it might be it might be something as simple as like, because obviously a lot of them didn't say anything just because they didn't want the backlash that came with it.
True.
What if he beat it? And you're the dude who cried R. Kelly.
Right.
How that might affect you because he's got power too.
Oh, with a lot of, let's call it money, power, respect. I hate to say it, and it's the truth. And, no, you don't have respect for those type of people.
No.
Obviously not. But it's real as what's real. If they got money and they have enough money and enough stroke and enough networking connections.
Cause let's be realistic. If he beats this, I guarantee you he's gonna go back to doing it, and no one's gonna say shit, and he will get people to do it. Like there will be women going into it knowing what's gonna happen, and they won't.
Cause I remember you would tell you there was something you said to me.
I saw some it was some tweet, someone reposted it. It was some article talking about how women were like going up to R. Kelly. It was like, oh, abduct me, and some shit like that. There's so many that don't give a fuck.
That's true too.
It's R. Kelly.
Now,
It's sad but true. Which maybe that's just y'all. It's funny how the standards change.
what do you mean?
It's funny how I won't date him. He's an asshole, or he beat me. Oh, but that's R. Kelly. Never mind.
Oh, he urinated on me. Oh, but it's R. Kelly. He's
It's
the
R.
Pied Piper of R&B. You know what? I don't care what anybody say. Boondocks. You know what? I don't know why they cut that show.
Yeah.
I don't know why they cut that show off. I think that show was beyond its time. I personally think it can rival that of South Park. Not really, but I could say it can rival that of like Family Guy or any. I don't even
know if I would put it in the same category, just because I don't know why I separate black comedy from everything else. Just because you have to get it, you know.
That is true.
Like you really have to get it. Yeah, it's either funny or it's not. Like the movie A Haunted House. There are some people that think the movie's dumb as fuck, and there are some people that understand black comedy and get it.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't know why I separate. I just do. Just because you either get it or you don't. It's kind of like country music. You like it or you don't. That's it. There's no in between. There's no like
rap, mumble rap. Yeah.
There's that one song that I like. Like no, there's like you like it or you don't.
Yeah, that's true too. But I mean, even with that, and when I talk about Boondocks, they really said it the way it was.
There's an episode of Boondocks with that featured R. Kelly. That was like one of the first couple episodes too.
Yeah, I think it was like the second or third episode.
Something
I might have to go.
It was definitely in season 1.
Yeah, I would have to go out there, and they talked about free R. Kelly. Yeah. Yep, and it was like free R. Kelly, and Huey.
Hey man, that's definitely that is a racial issue. That black people will jump on board and assume it's the white man trying to bring you down, even with the most fucked up people.
That is very true.
People will do it.
That is true.
People will either know it's fucked up and be against it, know it's fucked up and ignore it, or be completely blinded by it and fight against it.
And I think, honestly, I also think that's based on, I would say indoctrination, especially as black people as a culture.
Yeah, I get that.
And we always assume the worst because it usually is the worst. But it's not always right there in our face. I mean, there's always something on this back side too.
Yeah, I get you. But there's just some things like, all right, if it's like the stereotypical, like everyone gets caught up for this charge type thing, I can see where there might be some skepticism. But why would like if you're gonna try to frame somebody for some shit, children? Wouldn't that be harder to prove?
That's true.
And we've shown like throughout history, there's way less people getting fucking caught up on that. Look at the Michael Jacksons. Look at R. Kelly the first time. They had video footage, video evidence, and he didn't get nothing happened. I'm confused. Let's be real. It ain't easy. And if you're gonna try to frame somebody for something, you're not gonna go for that because it's apparently easy as fuck to get off. Especially if you have money. If you got money, you're gonna get off more than likely, no matter what they have. But
that just goes for society as a whole. Like
it does go for society as a whole, but at the same time, this is definitely a problem.
Yes.
Where like black people do jump on the bandwagon just because they're black. He's black too. Got to jump on. It's like it's literally like a fight or flight. It's like what do I do in this situation? I watched it was a documentary on the KKK, right? Mm-hmm. And I was about to watch it, and I watched the intro, like 10 minutes of it, and then I had to stop it, just because I'm like, you know what? I get it. I'm good, because we had ignorant ass white people, and then and they also had ignorant ass black people. But it showed the worst part of both. But what was really frustrating was how black people reacted to it. Because the reaction can incriminate you just as much as you do it. If you did nothing and then you did this, it was the same thing. Because they showed black people like they had people going up to interview them, and they said, "Oh, we don't talk to no blue-eyed cracker-ass motherfuckers around here." I'm like, "What? You did nothing there to help yourself."
I've said this too, and I've said it, and I agree with you. Mm-hmm. And I hate to say this, and I love my black people? Yes, I do. Do I love my race? Yes, I do. Let me just put that disclaimer out there. However, true, quiet as it's kept, we some racist individuals too. But some people would say, "Oh no, we're not racist. We don't think we were superior," because if you look in Merriam and Webster, the term racism means you have to feel that your race is more superior than the other.
Oh well, no, that's not. That's,
right.
I mean, you can take that to the dictionary as much as you want to. We all know that's not true.
Right.
You racist. You racist.
I mean, I get you, and but some people, some people actually break it down that way.
But if you break it down that way, and you don't think you're superior, but you don't like white people, you're playing yourself there too.
True. So what
they're saying is true, but you just don't like him. What you're saying? What? Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Okay. But what's irritating, and what I don't understand, is that let's be realistic. If I'm Fox News, do I go get these protesters, all the people talking all this crazy shit? Do I go get their opinion, or do I go get a sensible black individual who is picking neither side and is just staying the fuck out of it? I'm gonna go videotape these crazy motherfuckers, and then just build this up, and then ratings.
Yeah, that is true.
Why does no one thinks about that? No one thinks about that. They're only gonna fucking record the 1%ers.
Now we're talking about 1%ers that are like the 1% stupid. and I'm not trying to say we're stupid. I'm just saying I'm gonna get something that people will like. Let's like when you look at a video.
We're gonna get what everybody assumes you are gonna act like. We're gonna go get that person's opinion.
True.
No shit. If you want to build this up to be bigger than what it is. If you want to shut it down, you wouldn't even let it hit the news. Let it stay in that state, stay in that county, stay wherever. If no one reported on that, that's where it would stay. The problem is if you go and interviews and then share this on Twitter and Snapchat and all that. When you do that, then you allow it to grow. If you don't do anything, and I mean by nothing, you do not allow it to grow. The more you talk about it, the more you tweet about it, the more you video, the dumber you look. The dumber we look as a society. Oh, so the dumber that particular group looks as well.
That's true too. So it's almost like okay, go ahead.
Because then at that point it's not just that one group of black people in wherever the fuck. It's black people. That's what it turns into.
Okay, so it's almost like we're guilty by association.
Yeah,
100%. when we give stuff power.
Exactly. That's the point, and that's also the message that you send to each other as well. Oh, this one white guy's a racist. All black people. I mean, all white people are racist, and it's just white people. It's not that one white guy, because just one white guy can be racist means that all white people are racist. Like no.
Everybody has the propensity to be racist.
I know it does. Like I don't. Like, I'm just saying. Like that stigma and where everybody's that one thing.
Right.
You can't fight it by doing the same thing. It doesn't help the situation.
Oh yeah, basically you can't fight fire with fire.
You can't, and it's stupid. Like it's like how about we do our own thing and you do your best to represent your race, or just represent yourself. It shouldn't be about race, but represent yourself in a respectable manner, and people will pick up on that. Because if you try, as soon as you try to be what everyone assumes you are, they're gonna pull out their phone, and that's what all of you are now. You're all a bunch of dumbasses. Like the people, like there was. I remember the Black Lives Matter movement first started. And there was a website, and they had, someone did an interview. Like one of the representatives did an interview about like their demands, stuff like that. And one of their demands was like no police officers in this county. If you are a wealthy, wealthy white family, you should give your house up to a lesser, black family. And like just shit like that. It's like that's when you give those people attention. That's what everyone is now.
Okay.
People are gonna look at this and be like, oh man, black people are crazy. Not that person, not that group, not that city, not that state. Black people.
Yep.
It goes on both sides, because at this point, black people are just looking for something to be racist, and it's the point where it's just paranoia. Like they're just looking.
Now hold on. Now I would say it's not necessarily paranoia when it's actually put in your face, and and I hate to say, perception's a mother hubba too.
I get what you're saying. But let's be realistic. Like people reach on small shit.
That's true, because and we talk. I think I talked to a friend about this, and I'll pull this as a real nice scenario where I'm in Garrett County. I'm at a Dairy Queen. This cute little white girl actually came up to me and said, "Do you rap? Do you rap?" Now me, I was like, I laughed it off, and I said no, because I don't. But I had some friends that kind of egged it. I was like, "Come on, you can rap one of the verses. I know you know a lot of songs. One that she never heard of, and two, it'll just be cool because it's something you're doing for that little girl." Now, another black folks would approach like, "Well, what are you trying to say, that all black people rap?" No, this is just a girl that asked, can you do it? Because more than likely, she probably saw like something on TV or watch some music videos, like, well, wow, all these.
Or maybe you reminded her of a rapper. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true too.
Or and let's be realistic. What, like, outside of that, like how many, like all the like notable people that you see in the media place, as far as black people go, what are they?
That's true too.
Athlete, musician, actor.
You know what?
You guys
really I can't.
Do you have an Elon Musk type of person that like, a Bill Gates, a fucking
we probably we probably do.
They probably exist, but niggas don't care.
When I really can't, I try to find a way
to
rebut it. When I try to find a way to rebut it, and it's like, because
the problem,
portrayed in the media, we're either in
athletics, musician,
actors,
and that
entertainment industry.
And that is a problem, but you can't be upset if the stigma that, like, if that's the stigma, if you create it, like that's it. What else who's promoting fucking, what is that scientist name? Neil deGrasse Tyson. That's like the only black man of science I can think of, like, off the top of my head.
I would even say Ben Carson, because he was in the medical field. One of the but he was he separated the Siamese twins.
But I'm
awesome.
But I'm just saying, like, how many black people know about them versus LeBron James? Why isn't Neil deGrasse Tyson in some of rap culture songs? Like, no one put. You know who they put? Rick fucking Flair. White dude. I get it. But until you promote all these other avenues in which black people have accomplished, I'm sure they exist. I know they exist. 100% they have to. Just scientifically. Just like, you do the math. Mathematically. They exist. But no one cares, and that's the problem. As soon as you get out that bubble of we can only sing, rap, play basketball, football, what do I mean?
Or boxing, if you want to.
But let's. If you look at it, it's like, what other sport we really play? So until we can get out of that bubble, then no shit. Some of the white girls come to you and like, do you rap? I was like, yeah. What the fuck else you do? You play basketball? You don't look athletic, nigga. Do you sumo wrestle?
No, I could be a football player though. I mean, I'm just saying.
You could.
Yeah, I mean,
for sure. You're definitely tall enough and
wide enough. I'll say it.
Being heavy is normal. Like that's a lot of football players have that body type. So yeah.
Right.
So anyway, Florida Files. We got way too serious. Damn.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That definitely.
All right. So Florida man denies syringes found in rectum. This motherfucker had syringes.
Plural. How many does it say? How many?
It does not claim it. It does not say how many syringes. So it could have just been 2, and they're just playing this up. But I really want to know how many. So anyway, Florida man Wesley Scott, 40 years old, was arrested on Friday in Pinellas.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Pinellas County. An outstanding warrant charging him with drug possession. But once they searched him, they found 3 syringes in his ass. And claims they were not his.
So you just sticking.
Wait. Those aren't mine, sir. We found these. We found these in your. No, they're not mine. Sir, we removed them from your anus, sir. Like no, those aren't mine. I must have ate them by mistake. Like someone must have slipped them in my sub sandwich. It happens all the time.
And you sub,
yeah.
Okay, first of all,
that's crazy, right?
Yeah. First of all, please tell me were they at least covered? Because
what I want to know is if they were in like good condition. Could you still use them? No drain?
Because I'm like, were they open like what they have on this picture? Because if they were open, I'm like,
there's no way the needle was not there. If the needle was still attached, then that would have been part of the story for sure.
Because I was like, I was like, that takes some skill. That's on some serious stupidity.
You know what takes away from this is I guarantee you they were like, when they got it out, they were rubber band together. They had a condom on. There was a whole bunch of lube. Not that impressive. But if you say it like that real vague and you assume that he just had 3 of them just lodged up there individually and shit, it's way more impressive. But I guarantee you they probably was rubber band, condom, tied up. Lube.
Now hold on. You're talking about Florida Files. Do you really think? Well, hold on. If any man could wrap up in a blanket before he jumps out the window, that takes.
Look. In my mind, these motherfuckers were bent sideways. The needle was still attached. The needle was in his ass. It was puncturing his rectum. He was gonna die. Because they were all filled with cocaine when he shoved them up his ass.
Or heroin. Or heroin, excuse me.
Heroin. What's this, fucking gas? That sounds like a gas. Purchase your gas from Heron.
No, my bad. I let that slip. I was thinking about a movie.
Yeah, but we're being realistic. They were rubber band. There was a condom over them. And there was a fuck ton of lube.
Okay.
Which is sad. But probably how it happened. But in my mind, they were broken. The needle was still there. The needle injected him in his anus. He was bleeding profusely. He was not only going to die. He was not only going to die, but he was high the whole time. Because it goes faster if you inject it in your ass. You know
that? I've heard that.
I have no idea if that's a true statement. I'm just making it up. But anyway.
Well, no, because I've heard people like stick on the buttocks. Yeah, I've heard that.
But that's just that is so you don't get any fucking. There's no marks in your arms.
I'm talking about. But I was even talking about like if you like if you're a poison if you're like poison in general or where they actually But then even with the EpiPen, that's still your side of your thigh. I don't think you.
Yeah, no one's stabbing you in the butt.
Yeah.
For some scientific other than to avoid. That's where you inject your steroids because no one's gonna check your ass for steroids. They're gonna check your arms. Oh, well, I'm not checking your ass. That's your ass. You're good.
Now I would
no steroids.
Hey, look, now I would be surprised if they actually do full body searches.
Some rectal injecting. Got little holes in your ass, like in your ass, not just on your ass, but in your ass. You're checking that now.
I'm just saying.
You got to pucker up and open wide now and have them grip it in your ass like that.
No, I'm just talking about in general. Like they literally just be like,
gotta close it. You
hold
gotta lay there and let it drain a little bit because if you stand up too fast, it might go in your underwear. You might have a mess. Oh, I swear I didn't shit myself. That's the steroids.
I don't do no roids. There's no roids in my rectum.
And that's it.